Hey all, it's Dinosa Jersey Shore review. It's Italy, season 3. MTV calls it season 4, but oh well. On that, technically it's still season 3, but on that, I mean, I don't know. You all maybe think it's a little weird, but I think it's a little bizarre how you can film one season, we'll just say Miami specifically, one season Miami, go right up to freaking to Jersey, and then all of a sudden call it a whole new season, when really it's not. It's within that same year. And they're doing the same thing with Italy on that, which probably when they come back to Seaside, they're going to be season, I think now 6, when it's really season 3 still, because they're only 3 years older. But anyway, it's I know I'm a little behind, but I'm gonna get caught up here. But basically, here we go with Italy now. They're in Italy. They just moved into their nice house, and I gotta admit, it's a really nice house overall. And they're getting kind of used to here, just the whole thing about being there. The only person, again, who can speak Italian a little is Vinny, so we'll just see how that plays out. But anyway, what the whole episode, its main key point in this whole episode, really, other than little nuances, the whole thing with Paulie and Dina, but we'll get back to that in just a moment here. But there's a few little nuances with this episode, which I think every traveler should be aware of, that when you go to a foreign country, you're going to have to deal with this whether you like it or not, and it's better to be prepared than not. The first thing is largely with just basic stuff, buying food and everything. Newsflash, more than likely everything is in the other language, Italian, German, whatever. So you might want to have a little understanding of how this system works. Well, one of the key things they did is they went shopping and everything was written in Italian. So they had absolutely no clue on what they were buying. They could figure out raw foods, but nothing else they could really figure out. I'm sure MTV got people to help them out about that and got that all taken care of for them, but it was funny to see them. They understood booze and they understood spaghetti and pasta, but anything else? Nope. Plus they still having the mystery of the coffee, how coffee is impossible to find in Italy in a normal coffee maker. But that's the thing. But there's a couple pieces of drama in this whole entire episode. The first episode of drama was Mike kind of landing the bombshell that he hooked up with Snooki. Now throughout this whole episode, Mike is trying to kind of kiss up on Snooki, trying to take it to the next level. Now I don't know why Mike's doing this, because really in the first season they really didn't get that much along, but he's doing this because he's trying to hook up with her, because he supposedly hooked up with her in the past. Now, this goes back to where, so I don't know why Mike told Ronnie this, but what I don't understand is, why would you even say that? I mean, this really should be between Snooki and you, but oh well. What can you figure? So anyway, Mike goes over there, and he actually tries to take Snooki's relationship to the next level by telling her, I have feelings for you, and this guy, whoever you're with, I don't think he's right for you. And Snooki just looks at him and says, no, it just wouldn't work. And interesting enough, it's Snooki who is so desperate for love, so desperate for finding a good thing. She's saying no to Mike, even though Mike's here. But you got to look at the background. Mike, yeah, he could be a player and all that, but he's hooking up all these girls. You can't really blame Snooki for saying no. It's like, I know you're just thinking me as another conquered girl. I can kind of see Snooki's point on that. But at the same time, I believe Mike that they did hook up on that. Why Mike ran his mouth about that, I have no freaking clue on that. But anyway, he tries to talk to her about taking the next level, and she just kind of sandbagged it and says, no, it's not going to happen, Mike. It will not happen. It just can't happen. And, you know, he accepted it and that moves on. But throughout the whole episode, he tries to hook up while they're going to clubs and all that. Plus, another thing which the crew tries to learn is they find out they're all going to be working at a pizza place. Well, the pizza place guy can only speak some English, and they're like, oh, this is going to be so awesome. But they're like, sure, but it turns out Snooki is the one who can actually cook pizza, and supposedly cooked a really good pizza. I think it was with chicken. A little unusual for a pizza, but you know, that it could work on that. I can say this, that historically with pizza was more considered, to my understanding, from when I read a little history on pizza, it was considered kind of the leftovers dish, kind of something that everybody can eat, easy to make, pretty thin, you can get it out there. Now it's become such a gourmet. That's really good. All these companies that are doing it now on that. And if you think about it, really, it's just dough, sauce on top, toppings, slice. Hey, you're good on that. So it's a good idea. It's one of those unusual things that was really not designed as a main meal thing, but became one because it was just so popular. Kind of like mac and cheese a little bit on that. Whereas it wasn't really designed as a main meal thing, but if you have a really good mac and cheese, I mean, really good, oh, that'll just suit you fine. And the mac and cheese, though, is a comfort food. That's when it's rainy, it's cold, and you just got a blanket on. All you want is like mac and cheese. That's comfort food. Heck yeah. Or snowboard, whatever. Just, it's cold food. It's not hot food on that. But a good bowl of mac and cheese, and I mean, I can tell you that there's different types of mac and cheese. The Kraft $1 or whatever you can get at the store, that's fine if you know how to do it right and use milk, not water. You can use water. I don't recommend it, and I don't recommend using non-fat milk because what's the freaking point in that? But it's really good overall. Anyway, I got a little sidetracked there. You can tell I don't eat mac and cheese as much as I am, but sometimes a really good mac and cheese is really good. So, anyway, Mike is trying to hook up with Snooki the whole episode, but also tells earlier on the Ron that he hooked up with Snooki. So, that is just one piece of drama. The other piece of drama that kind of comes up is, of all things, Paulie and Dina. Now, this is a weird one. Now, interesting enough, if you see the picture, for some reason, I could see how could this work. That could kind of work. I don't know what it is. It just, I look at them together, sitting like in that chair where Dina was sitting on Paulie's lap. For some reason, it looks like it could work. I mean, couples-wise, I mean, I could kind of picture it on that because. Think about it. Paulie's all crazy with his grenade horn, waking people up. Hey, you're not getting out of the bed. You know, all that stuff. And Dina is just kind of just as crazy. You know, sensitive but crazy on that. And that's where it is. And interesting enough, when you saw them sitting on the chair like that, for some reason, it wasn't. You know how they say like opposites attract on that. Yeah, that's very true. Opposites do attract. There has to be a little something there, but they do attract. But sometimes the same people attract as well, especially when you're dealing with fun-loving people such as Paulie and Dina. I'm sorry, it's really late, and I'm trying to get these in. I'm not going to be able to get it all done tonight, but we're going to try to get as much as we can. And, you know, just get this, you know, out there. And I don't know. I looked at the picture. I saw the picture on MTV. And they just looked like something like a couple that could completely work. It was actually quite interesting. And, you know, and if you watch it, people are like, man, actually, that could work. And, you know, so anyway, I mean, that's the, and even, a side note, Snooki even asked, what's her name, to start hooking up with her on that and start just talking to her about it. And that, or not, in this case, Polly asked Polly just to have sex with her, and he's like, I don't want to do this. No. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. The other interesting thing is that, of course, they do learn pizza. They did go out to shop. They did that, you know. And but we're also learning that the Ron and Sammy drama is unfolding. Oh God, not again, not this again. But we'll see how that plays out. Anyway, episode 3 will be coming up, and we'll just go from there. Okay, see you later.